how are you lot doing? I think firstly I best sort this out before I start doing a video, so you know what I find really mad? Like, watch what happens when I open the door. Hear it? And then when I close it stops. How mad is that? Ready? Try one more time. What the hell? Right then everyone, how much better does this look? I've had a little shave and done my hair for the video, so let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, all today's video is, if you want a more hands-on video, then this is not going to be for you, so click off it now if that's not your thing. This is going to be more informative, talking about remapping. Some people might not know too much about it. I don't know too much about it really. I'm just gonna clear things up to try and make it easy for you, if I actually do know anything that can help you out. So I've got the Mac, and I'm gonna just talk a little bit about certain things regarding remapping. So straight out of the box, ASTRA H VXR, it says it's 237 brake horsepower with 235 pound-foot of torque. So it's roughly the same. In PS, that is 240, and in newton meters of torque, that's 320 newton meters. I don't understand why they do it like that. Surely it should be one variant. I don't like it when they go, oh, it's 240 PS, and it's not. It's like bog off brake horsepower and pounds for the torque. So I don't understand why people do it. If anyone knows why they do it, comment down below. So obviously you've got different stages depending on how much money you want to spend and how far you actually want to go. So you've got stage 1, sufficient gains and drivability can be reached just through ECU remaps. So basically that sounds like to me that it's a completely standard car, and all you have to do is remove the pre-cat. So obviously on your engine you've got the cat that comes off, and then you've got like your down part with your secondary cat. So all it is your pre-cat removal. So it says that just from a stage 1 remap you can get 265 brake and 300 pounds-foot of torque. So that's roughly about 23 brake horsepower gains and roughly 70 pounds-foot of torque extra, which isn't too bad really, but I'm not too sure variants on prices. I think it might be a stage 1 remap might cost the same as a stage 3 remap. Obviously you've got to get your parts and stuff, but a remap's going to be like a standard price. I would have thought it'd be roughly around, for a Vauxhall, probably about £300 to £500 roughly. And then stage 2, it's obviously the next stage, so you're going to need to do more things to the car to get the extra power. So it says here that you'll have to fit a free-flowing turbo back exhaust. Obviously it recommends 3-inch because of like the power that you're kind of going for and stuff. So obviously if you've got 2.5-inch exhaust, a 3-inch exhaust is going to be better, so the exhaust gases are better free flowing, if that makes sense. So obviously they're not condensed as much, it's going to be flowing. For stage 2 it says expected gains of 275 brake to 290. So on stage 1 that is anywhere between, yet again, 20 to 25 brake, obviously dependent on the health of your car and stuff like that. And pounds-foot of torque goes up an extra 10 to 30 pounds-foot of torque. So it's not too bad really. Obviously all you need then, so you've gone from just a pre-cat to an actual turbo back exhaust, so that'll be a bit more expensive, like I say. So you could end up going from like a £50 pre-cat to, if you bought a brand new turbo back exhaust, you could be looking at £1,000. Typical. Always get a phone call when I'm doing a video. Why? Sorry Nan, but I'm gonna have to let this one go. Yeah, back to the video. So we've gone stage 1, pre-cap. Stage 2, you need an actual full-on turbo back. Stage 3, obviously the temperatures and everything are gonna get a lot hotter and stuff, so you're gonna have to get an intercooler, so it gives a lot more cooler air, so it makes the intake temperatures a lot cooler. So obviously that's stage 3. Stage 3 is between 285 to 300 and up to 350 pounds worth of torque. So you are creeping up. So on estimate, you're probably going to make 20 brake. Yeah, again 25, 20 brake more than stage 2. So I think it's like 20, 25 brake per car, per stage. Sorry. So obviously, and it says that the lifespan of the spark plugs is obviously dependent. So personally, before I map my car, I'm going to change the oil to the spark plugs and all that, just so I know that, for peace of mind, that they're brand new and fresh. So, and then obviously stage 4 is, that's the engine is like its max power, so you'd have to forge the engine, which is like thousands, but I don't see the point in that, because it's just a lot of money, and then as soon as you forge it, you spend like £2,000 and you'll probably get an extra 30-40 brake. But then the turbo is at its max, and then you have to hybrid the turbo or go Garrett, and then you're talking at like 1,000. You're talking for a Garrett build, dare I say, brand new, probably £12,000 if you did it properly. I would have thought, with like coilovers, exhaust, air intake, all the goodness. So for stage 3, it says click here for prices. So we'll just say, for example, you bought your ASTRA H standard, and this is what you'd be working with. So ASTRA H stage 3 engine tuning. The stage 3 package consists of ECU upgrade, rolling road session, before and after printouts. Obviously you've got your exhaust options, so this could be like a turbo back exhaust, an intercooler, high flow performance air intake panel, upgrade spark plugs, vacuum hose upgrade, and obviously labour. So if we go intercooler finish, hose colour, it doesn't really matter. So it all creeps up. So for a stage 3 tuning, you're talking about £1,900. Obviously that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the best possible gains, but without forging it. So I think that's where I'm at. So £1,900. So let's work this out. So exhaust, £1,000. I paid £150. Air filter, they're saying around £200, because obviously you cross over delete and your air filter. I paid £60, so that were what, 210 was that? So 150, add 60, so that's 210. I'm at £210 now, and that's all I've done is an air intake and exhaust. Obviously I've got to get an intercooler. I do want an AirTech one, but they're like £600, and I cannot justify that. Some of you out there might, but when you think I paid like, the car's worth like £6,000, the car at the moment's worth like £4,000, and if I spent nearly £1,000 on an intercooler, that's like a quarter of the car, which is ridiculous. So where was we? So my car, for example, I've looked on eBay and Gumtree and stuff like that, and my car's roughly selling for about £4,000. So if I spent £600 on an intercooler, I just like, it just seems ridiculous. So we got exhaust, air filter, say intercooler, say if I spend, I don't know, £400, so that's £600, and then all I've got to do is get a remap, so that's 300. So that's roughly, we're looking at about 900 quid, 900, whereas on the internet it's saying 1,300, saying 1,900, so you're saving £1,000. Obviously I've got some bits and bobs second hand and stuff like that, but obviously if you want brand new and you want to do it the route where you got to pay someone to fit it and all that goodness, so it can get very expensive. So that is where I'm going. It might be a little bit more expensive for me as well because I'm having a rev cut limiter, but I don't actually know what it actually consists of doing while in a remap. I do believe that it delays the ignition when it gets to the red line, so it stops the ignition, dumps loads of fuel, and then as you hit the limiter it throws loads of fuel in and it just bangs like mad. So we'll have flames like that big coming out, because I had the same on my Corsa VXR, so obviously I'm excited for the Astra because it's going to be the absolute nuts. I'm not too sure really. I think that's all for this one. Just standard remap going over. So obviously you got stage 1 air filter, stage 2 air filter and exhaust, stage 3 air filter, exhaust, intercooler, and then obviously you can do, you've got your stage 3 and that then, and then stage 4 is obviously forging turbos and all that goodness, but obviously that depends on other things might fail then, because you might need a clutch and stuff like that. So that's hopefully for some people that are not in the know, you can get a remap anywhere you're at modding your car. Obviously it depends on your goals and what you kind of want to reach, so I'm looking for between 280 and 300 brake, between 330 and 350 pounds foot of torque. That will do me for the Astra because it's quite nippy now, so an extra 60 brake will be phenomenal really in that car, and the pounds foot of torque, an extra 100 pounds foot of torque, it'll just wheel spin like hell now. Now when it's like the roads are greasy, it just lights up the tyres, so I don't see the point in going 400-500 brake because it'd be absolutely pointless. I'll be trying to pull off and I'll be just feathering the throttle like that because it's useless. Obviously there's people out there with big builds, I completely fair play to you, like that's unreal to get your car to that point, but as for someone that's never been in a car like that, I can't really judge. So if anyone's got one of them high powered Corsas or Astras, hit me up man, because I want to go in one so bad just to see what all the hype's about, because so many people are doing it. Right, it's Christmas Eve. I just thought I'd do a little cheeky video for you, so if I don't see you, if I don't do a video for tomorrow, have a brilliant Christmas everyone, and I'll see you soon in the future. Let's smash YouTube 2019. Let's get 10k. Peace.